supported this inquiry, Peter, right from the very get-go. So I'm sorry if my visuals are cutting out. I will just keep talking. So Labor supported this inquiry right from the start. But what problem with it is the means of which you go about getting consensus among our international friends and partners to be able to progress an inquiry as you would in a normal diplomatic means.
Yes, but there was one, namely Kevin Rudd, who thought that the way the government was doing things was wrong. I mean, does this prove that he was wrong?
I'm not going to really comment on Kevin Rudd's commentary on this. He's entitled to his views, as is everyone, and no one's afraid to put them forward, of course, at this time. The important thing is that there will be an inquiry. Transparency is important. It's important that the Chinese people know what happened in their own country in regard to COVID-19, just as it's important that the world knows. Equally important, Australians want to know what the government did during the Ruby Princess debacle.
How sure can we be, though, that there will be a proper investigation?
Well, the World Health Assembly has agreed to an investigation. China has said it will participate, and I think that's an important step. Perhaps, you know, the world is in a state of turmoil. This is a difficult time. Diplomacy has become a bit more difficult, but nonetheless, we need to support the multilateral bodies that can make an investigation happen.
Can China be taken at its word, though?
We need to investigate what has happened, and that is going to happen now. And I think it's important that countries work together with Chinese authorities, with Chinese scientists, with the people that were on the ground where this virus emerged, to make sure we know what happened. And that is for the future of global health, so we can prevent a future pandemic. We have to work together.
There are people, many people, in fact, calling this a trade war or the beginnings of one. Are you going there?
No, I am not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
So it's a coincidence. So, you know, the tariffs on barley, the threats to ban meat from 4 abattoirs, it's all a coincidence that it's come at just precisely the wrong time.
You know, this whole pandemic situation, there's a lot of conspiracy theories on all sorts of things, So I think it's important we do take Chinese officials at their word, just like we would hope that Chinese authorities take our officials at their word. And I think that's an important thing to remember.
Some very successful business people in Australia, you know, are calling for tensions to be calmed down somewhat. Do you believe that people like Twiggy Forrest and Kerry Stokes are being heard enough?
Andrew Forrest and Kerry Stokes have a loud voice in this community. I think their voices are heard enough. Kerry Stokes, you know, as you know, has a bit of influence in the local newspapers in Western Australia and in media across the country. So I think he has many opportunities to put his view. And the same goes for Mr Forrest. He doesn't, he has needs to. That's okay. I think they've been heard enough. Excuse my new cat.
we might have to hold it there.